A damaged digital camera was found inside a washing machine. Investigators recovered a memory card. The photograph showed Travis Alexander alive inside his home. Each image carried a timestamp. The final photos were taken minutes before the murder, and they placed Jodi Arias inside the house at the exact moment she said she had already left. From that point forward, the case stopped having options. For Arias's version of events to work, one thing had to remain true. She had to already be gone. She had to be somewhere else when the killings happened. The case became known for many things: the brutality of the crime, the relationship between Arias and Alexander, the courtroom testimony. But none of those elements decided the case. The system responded to procedure, and procedurally, the timeline is what mattered. Inside the home, investigators discovered a digital camera. It had been placed inside a washing machine, possibly in an attempt to destroy it. But the memory card survived. When technicians recovered the files, they found a sequence of photographs. The images showed Travis Alexander inside the house, alive, moving from room to room. Each photograph carried a timestamp, and the timestamp placed the camera inside the house, minutes before the murder. The defense needed distance. If Arias has already left, the timeline protected her. But the photographs placed someone inside the home, at the exact time she said she was gone. Now the system had a contradiction. Either the timeline was wrong, or the photographs were. There were only a few possibilities. Perhaps the photographs had been taken earlier, but the timestamps followed a continuous sequence. Perhaps someone else had taken the pictures, but the camera belonged to Arias. And the images themselves placed the photographer inside the house with the victim. Each explanation created a new contradiction. Here's what the system removed. First, the idea that the photos were old. The timestamps showed that they were taken that day. Next, the idea that the camera had been used by someone else. The photographs themselves showed a private interaction between Alexander and the person holding the camera. Then the timeline itself collapsed, because the sequence ended only minutes before the murder. At that point, the system had removed the defense claim. Once the photographs existed, the investigation no longer needed speculation. The timeline had already been closed. From that moment forward, the case was no longer open-ended. The case would eventually move to trial. Arguments would follow. Testimony would continue. But procedurally, the turning point had already happened. A damaged camera, a surviving memory card, a sequence of photographs with timestamps. That was the fatal detail.